so we should be live.
Okay, I guess we're live. No more technical difficulties then? All
Nope.
sounds good?
Everything looks like it's working properly.
Woot.
So, no promises.
Yes, and no promises. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about our delay. Had some Windows-based technical difficulties. That's right, we are throwing Windows under the bus.
Where it belongs.
Before we get started, are there any point expenditures going in or being used? There. Point expenditures. I should just stop there.
I'd like to buy Hard to Kill. As that was as a joke, really.
I bought those 2 contacts we talked about.
Actually, that was your character. That was your character that had that in the previous game, and
Yeah,
it just barely survived.
Did you already add those, Carrie?
I posted them on my character thread. I haven't put them on my sheet yet.
Okie doke.
Make it so. Make it so.
And Mahoney's all jacked up, and Riley went and became a low down, dirty, and betraying betrayer.
Traitor!
So last week we were still in Cairo, and you guys managed to do your sneak into the warehouse alongside the Unit 777 guys, and there was much shooting, and Mahoney got shot in the leg. And arm. Who was I think that just got shot in the leg? That was the guy that Daniel was running, right?
Yeah, he got his legs shot out from under him. Both legs, too.
Yes, in retrospect, I have determined that I have no idea where those rules were that Mark was coming up with.
Well,
they were probably all wrong.
It had a lot more to do with the confusion of shooting at a target and applying the -4 for cover or not, and
it was the right rule but the wrong circumstance.
Yeah, since you were adding the cover modifier. Yeah, there was confusion about you having added the cover modifier, which means that if you miss, you miss. If you didn't add the cover modifier, you hit, and I would be where I'm at. So, anywho, it all works out. Drama, drama, drama.
I suppose. And we ended that particular scene with Baum stepping into or at least at the doorway of the warehouse and seeing what he believed was Bragi suspended from the ceiling, all jacked up, and something was wrong with his face. To which we cut with Vega and Riley, who were following another group of these hostiles, and that led them to a parking garage. They went up and they observed someone who looked like Bragi step out of the shadows and basically waste those poor drivers. And they rushed up. Vega power slid the car and used it to, how do you call that? It's not a body check. It's pretty close to a body check.
You use the car's body to check his body.
Yeah,
so.
I guess it's sort of a body check.
Slammed him into the board?
Slammed him down. So Riley had the drop on him. They got out to check the other car. Bragi said something in Russian, and Riley turned and shot Vega with his shotgun. And that's where we ended it, I believe.
Indeed.
Okay, so Vega, you are going to snap awake. You are at half hit points, but this is plot damage. It's not, actual physical constructive damage. So plot damage can be easily restored by a first aid check. I'm sort of envisioning plot damage as the GM wishes to injure you, but you didn't get any you were cutscened, so you didn't get an opportunity to dodge or anything like that. So, man,
Plot
you were
damage should be
blasted
real
over-
damage.
You were blasted over the interior railing of the parking garage thanks to Riley's unexpected shotgun blasts. You fell to the next level, bounced off that railing, smacked into a parked car, and that sort of knocked you out. You have now woken up. You do remember Braggy saying something to Riley, Riley responding, and then there was some shooting.
Was it all in Russian?
Yes.
Then Vega did not understand anything that was said.
Indeed. It's like the GM may have picked that language because nobody but the target understood it.
Sneaky bastard.
So
All right,
what
well,
is Vega's actions there?
Vega will get up, shake his head, and he'll be saying to himself, "That rat bastard." He'll get on his comm, and because it's highly likely that Riley is on the same channel, since he shared the same comms, he's going to say, "Yeah, Riley, if you're listening, there is a bullet coming for you." And then Vega will announce to the rest of the group that it appears that Riley has turned. He spoke with Braggy for a moment, then turned his shotgun on me and shot me. I'm a little messed up, but I'm okay.
And there does not appear to be any response on the line. I hope that isn't ominous.
Anyone?
I take it we didn't get that.
We'll get to you.
Sure.
Relax.
Oh, all right.
Well, you.
Vega checks his radio.
Yep, that seems to be working.
That was wasted.
That was a total waste.
It's never wasted. Alright, he'll try his cell phone. And he'll call Bomb. Meanwhile, finding a random car in the car park to steal.
Okay. How are you going to steal it? You don't necessarily have the tools. Just gonna like elbow smash the window and
He's going to just happen to find an unlocked car, and then I'm going to use my gizmo.
Oh, yeah. He hadn't used that yet.
You know, my gizmo where I flip the sun visor and the keys fall into my hand.
I had actually forgotten about that. Yeah. Yeah, and I tend to agree with Mark. It is getting to the point where he's like, kleptomania, cars only.
He just looks at life like it's GTA.
Every car is his to do as he pleases.
Okay, so yes, you will be able to find a car of some sort. It's not going to be a super great car.
It can be whatever. he just wants to get out of this area, and he'll first check on the level that the guys were shot.
Okay. You get up there. You will see that there is no sign of Braggy. There is no sign of Riley. There are still 2 dead guys in the car that you guys were approaching, and it looks like the tires of your car have been thoroughly cut, slashed even.
Forgot about the sirens last time.
Well, there was a gunfight and stuff like that. There probably were sirens in the background. I just failed to mention them.
At least we have the car insurance, and just call the rental place. Hey, my car was parked here, and I came out, and it looks like somebody.
And holy crap, there's some dead guys.
Vega will check around to see if there is anyone sort of watching, if anyone's sort of taken notice.
OnStar, I think I'm in an action movie.
I'm sorry, I cannot help you. Yeah, there are gonna have been some people in that had parked their vehicles as well. Some of whom are going to at least start wandering over there, like, what the hell's going on? They're jabbering away in a language you do not understand.
Do I recognize it as being...
Let me make sure of that fact. Yes, Dutch, English, Indonesian, Mandarin. Yeah, you don't understand a thing they're saying.
Do I recognize which language it is?
Well, you probably heard a lot of it.
It is probably Arabic. It might be Farsi. It might be Hebrew. And any of the other ones that sound similar.
Alright, so there's no way that Vega can get to the bodies without sort of being noticed.
Well, if you recall, you are wearing police outfits.
Cool, saved.
This is true. Alright, so Vega is going to quickly check his vehicle. Is his stuff still in the vehicle?
Yes, and you will also see the super phone that Riley had last time, although it looks like it has been smashed.
Alright, well, Vega will collect that. He'll collect his gear, and he'll take a quick look at the dead bodies. He'll before he got shot, did he manage to grab ID and stuff like that from these guys?
No, you were just starting to get over there, and then surprise.
Alright, so Vega will continue that.
Blast.
He'll continue that, then he will get into the car and he'll make his getaway.
Okay, so those dudes are not going to have any identification. There's no form of communication like cell phones or anything like that as well. They have some sidearms and some cigarettes.
All right. He'll note the model of the sidearm, and he'll also take a look at the brand of cigarette.
Let's see. So the sidearms are like generic Glocks, and the cigarettes appear to be local. Recently purchased, maybe.
And nothing in the vehicle?
Lots of shattered glass and, blood splatter.
Alright. If, I suppose, if Vega's happy that there's nothing to to learn from this, he'll make his getaway.
There's totally going to be people looking at you, and you can hear the word gladiator, being whispered among some of them.
But he's wearing a balaclava.
You guys were not wearing the balaclavas. You took them off because you didn't want to be driving behind, or trailing these guys wearing balaclavas.
Right.
Or baklavas, which could be potentially worse. Is that guy following us with dessert on his face?
Well, he'll ignore their comments and stuff. He'll actually moan a little bit.
Just on the inside.
Yep.
All right, so you pull out and you depart.
You tell them all it's just a movie.
Car. So, Bomb, you actually snap awake as well. And you realize that you are flat on your back, and from the feel of it, you're in a vehicle of some sort.
Crap.
Yeah, it takes you no time at all to realize this is a stinking ambulance. And you kind of hurt all over. Directly to your left is Mahoney, who is also unconscious, and he appears to be being worked on by a EMT.
Well, crap. Can I speak?
I don't know. Can you?
No, I mean.
Yeah, I mean you're not like bound or gagged or anything like that.
I'll say, how is he?
Oh, you're awake.
And to your very great surprise, the person who turns to look at you is none other than your sister, who
What?
you were like, wait, you just went off with Doctors Without Borders.
Welcome back to the world.
I'm hallucinating.
It's good to see you too.
Oh, hey, is he awake now?
Yeah, they're awake. At least this one is.
Driver.
This lump of, lumpy brown turd, he's going to be out for a little while until his wounds heal.
Elon, meet Hana. Hana, meet Elon. I think you guys have met before.
Yeah.
Once or twice.
What's going on?
We're going to the hospital.
Yeah, you could blow up. Or don't you remember?
The warehouse had a failsafe. They kind of burned it down in a hurry.
And you were in the door. You got up a lot luckier than some of them.
Alright, I'll kind of try to shake off the ringing in my ears.
Alright, here, put this on. Hands you a EMT jacket.
Alright, I put that on as instructed. Still a little confused.
Maybe just a little. Okay, so yes, you are able to arrive at a hospital there, Mr. Lynch. Tell us what the plan is.
We pull into the ER. We have Mahoney up on the gurney, so we get ready to pull him out. And we just basically go right through the doors with him, like we belong there. We applied the cortical electrodes and all that.
I don't think it works quite like that.
Well, it does if they don't speak the language.
Just as a precaution, Bomb, you should cut Lynch's arms off.
What?
Just saying.
You wouldn't want him snapping his fingers. And
Oh.
What if he
gotcha.
already snapped his fingers?
oh,
Mm.
it's too late.
I'll just go for the neck.
As we're getting out of the vehicle, I tell Hana that she is in charge of getting the brain cramp wheelchair. Having trouble with words today. Hana is in charge of the wheelchair and the meds. Baum will go with me and get Mahoney changed out of his gear. And then Hana will meet us. We will put him in the wheelchair and wheel him right back out.
Okay.
Through a different door.
What of my gear do I have? Like, do I have my phone? Do I have my sidearm?
Definitely gonna have the sidearm. I'm not so sure about the phone. I don't know where you would have put it.
Well, yeah, a pocket.
Yeah, if you have that, it's probably turned off or maybe
Okay.
yanked out and stuck in a bag. I'm not 100% positive. I've never actually seen what the paramedics do with all their stuffs.
Well, it depends on if they have to cut the clothes off. They probably don't. They probably just throw you on a gurney. Like Mahoney's clothes are probably he's probably like got a big slash and his pants are cut open, his sleeves is cut off, and if he doesn't have to get to, if they don't have to get to like the chest or not. Well, I mean, obviously Carrie's probably gonna know better than we do.
Well, Baum wasn't caught by real paramedics here, so he won't have been scissored.
True.
Yeah, we're not up to critical care yet, so I actually haven't done that stuff yet. They start you off with people who aren't about to die
Huh.
and work up.
I think the Army does it the other way, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they do.
That
That
sounds about
person's
right.
not going to die. Who cares about them? Let's focus on the one that's
Exactly.
important.
Yeah. That's pretty much how the military goes.
So anyway, as we enter, Hana will split off, and I'm assuming that they're going to be pointing us to put him over there somewhere out of sight. So whenever we get him out of sight, we'll get him get him into some civvies and
Yep.
get him ready to stick him in the wheelchair.
Conveniently duck into the wrong room that just happens to be empty.
Exactly.
Wow, how convenient.
Cinematic.
Yeah, no, and convenient. And that totally gives Bomb that opportunity to look at Lynch and go, "Who the fuck are you?"
Oh, and
Actually, I
Lynch
would
is
probably ask.
going to
Hana
ditch
that.
the EMT jacket for a lab coat.
Yeah, I'm not-
What were you saying?
I was saying I'm not going to ask him. I'm going to look at him and wonder, but I'm going to ask Hana.
Plenty
Once we're all
enough time
back
for
together.
that. Oh. Plenty enough time for your questions. Let's just get Mahoney and in and out.
No.
1, 2, 3, lift.
Yep, and he's up.
So we'll get him taken care of.
Oh,
And
he's
then
like,
get out.
"Buh."
Did you give me drugs? You gave me drugs, didn't you?
So we wheel him right out through the side entrance, not stopping for anybody, trying to look like we belong here still. We're just taking him home.
Yeah, and I'm also presuming that this is the nearest hospital, in which case there's also going to be other EMTs rushing
Yep.
other blown up people in.
More critically conditioned
And out.
folks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
out,
People,
yeah.
non-critical
At-
people will be getting transferred somewhere else.
As we're coming in, Cameron's going to be telling them that, yeah, we got more coming.
Good chaotic time to blend in.
Easy peasy. conveniently empty room for the moment. Can swap his clothes, however.
Hide any of his weapons and gear. Put it in a medical bag or whatever, like one of those take home stuff. Sit it in his lap.
Yeah.
Anybody looking too hard at it will probably notice barrels and things sticking out.
And then shrug,
Opaque
because
plastic.
this is the Middle East.
That's true.
Like, oh, wow, I've got that model too. Someone getting married?
Alright, so do we hit any snags getting him back out?
Let us see. Well done. This is for poor Mahoney. So. That didn't work. Oh, no. Oh. So, let's see. How does that work?
Who let him roll?
What? No one volunteered? I guess Mahoney, since he's still active, can he can burn his luck.
Yeah. We'll take the neutral.
Wow. Okay, I want to see. And this is
what
another
was
test.
what was
test,
this kind
test. Ah, damn. It's like, man, if the next one's good, then I'm going, what the hell? So there is clearly a fairly stern-looking older doctor who looks a little confused as you emerge from this room that he clearly knows is empty, and he is starting to head towards you just as the doors smash open and a bunch of the other EMTs come in, wheeling very badly burned soldiers from the blown up thing. And so he ends up heading that direction, although not before giving you another brief suspicious look.
Mahoney gives him kind of that
Hey, man.
Hey, it's like a little too much on the morphine.
He's waving the injured arm. And then you are able to exit the hospital from, I guess, a different room or different route.
Different direction, yeah.
Crap, hold on, something just fell off my headset. I have to fix it.
Oh, you know what I should have given her? Patron.
Well, she might not have access to it right now anyway.
Well, that's true.
Actually, no. Yeah, whatever.
It's all good. All right, so now what?
Well, we gotta wheel him out to the van, I guess. In the meantime, say, where the hell's Vega? We need somebody to pull the van up.
Oh, well, actually, other than we would just say we would probably be more like, where's your other friend? We haven't seen him since you guys went into that, you pulled your stunt. Friends.
At that point, I'll turn my phone on and try to call him.
And look at that. It sounds like, oh, hey, it looks like you got a couple missed calls.
Yeah, I ignore that and just call him directly.
One ringy dingy.
Since Vega is driving, he'll pull over to the side of the road and answer his phone.
Yeah, right.
Really? What?
I figured he would, be like, hold the phone with one hand, have like a drink in the other and steering with one knee. While at 90 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour zone.
Yeah. No, Vega will totally undercover brother it. He'll answer the phone. Who
Where
dis?
Bomb, where are you?
I'm in a car heading back to you guys.
Well, I'm at the ex-hospital.
Yeah, you have no idea where you guys are.
Oh, she'll pass him a small piece of paper with an address on it. Pass this to your friend. We'll meet him there.
Go to this address. I read it off to him.
Right. Just so you know, Riley has turned. The son of a bitch shot me.
That adds up. We got blown up. Talk more when we get there.
And Braggy's loose.
Now, I saw him in the warehouse before it blew up all messed up, right?
But there was definitely something wrong with his face.
No. Okay, well.
Riley spoke to Braggy just before he shot me.
Oh.
Anyway, we'll talk soon.
Yeah, that's puzzling. See you there.
I guess his day is as interesting as yours.
Apparently, had somebody turn on us and shoot him unexpectedly.
It's not hurt, was it? I like that guy.
No.
Of course you like that guy. He's your guy. Okay.
So let's go.
So, describe our safe house here, Mark, since you're like giving us the address. Is it just an apartment? What is it?
Yeah, it's pretty much just a apartment or like a townhouse. It's got easy view of the upcoming streets and such. Mostly just a small, quiet neighborhood kind of thing. But it's got a nice basement that has had some work done for soundproofing and the like.
Is this a place we've been using, or is this a different safe house?
Probably a place that we've been using.
Nice, quiet neighborhood, and you brought 4 PCs into it.
Well, it's got a garage and
Dear
a basement.
God, what are you thinking?
We weren't expecting to bring these guys here.
Oh yeah, by the way, the van that we're in is totally decked out like a surveillance van.
Oh, wow. Cool.
It's got all this shit all packed in all over the place.
Black with red racing stripes.
Seems
So on the way,
popular
I'll
in
say-
Egypt for some reason.
Fill me in on what's going on around here. Like, what you guys are doing here.
Actually, we'd like to ask you the very same question. What the hell are you guys doing here, and why'd you end up blowing our up? Literally.
We were trying to piece together, and I'll basically give them what I can about Asgard Black Checkmate.
English, please, Connor.
Oh, yeah. Hannah and Ilan are probably automatically falling into Hebrew. So something that does occur to me, based off of Bomb's or Ilan's background, as far as he is aware, none of his family is aware he is Mossad. Is that correct?
That's
so
right.
I think the same is probably true of Hannah as well.
Huh. Small world.
Clearly, your parents are actually like the deputy directors of intelligence and operations and keeping everything secret from all the kids. It's an entire family of bombs.
Well, sounds like, the interest of this, who you call sign Braggy, is kind of drawn the attention of both Mossad and the CIA, my CIA partner here. We know him as blah blah blah, whatever that might be.
Okay.
We were tracking him to the, we were following him from, what we thought was his current hold-up site in a hotel, when we noticed him being followed by, well, guess none other than you guys. And then we kind of sat back and watched the scene play out. Ultimately,
We picked up his phone, by the way.
Bragi was in that warehouse all messed up, but Vega also told me on the phone that he was there when he got shot. So that's confusing.
indeed.
I guess we'll get more of that when Vega gets here.
No, it won't take that long. You can arrive.
Well, let me get
Vega
this
pulls
lump
up.
of let me get this lump of Indian garbage up to the room, and
Hey,
be down there
Anna,
talking.
how you doing? What are you doing here?
Why does he know you?
I was wondering the same thing.
I
She
thought
kinda
you were going to go help the Fuzzy Wuzzies with your doctoring.
Oh, hey, I left my pants at your apartment.
Oh, man.
And Hana looks at, kind of gives a quick look to
Here, you need this.
Ilian. You need, hold on. She hits the morphine button a second time.
Whoa. So you can settle him with no real problems. You gave him more morphine. He's probably out. If he's not, man, the boy's got more endurance than we thought.
Actually, well, how many hit points does he have now? He was basically down to 0, or
He was
minus
at
2.
-2, and that was before any first aid or any of that stuff was applied.
So you get the 1 for bandaging, and apparently max.
Oh, wow. Good job. That's what, 4? He has 4 hit points out of 11. Wow, he's better off than I thought he was.
Yeah, but
Does that put him
his
over a third?
Yeah, but his arms and leg aren't going to be functional until he's full up. And now it's just time. He'll be fine in a few days.
Yeah. Yeah, if he stays under physician care, it'd be 3-4 days.
All right, so the gang's all here.
When Vega arrives, he'll be arriving with his weapon in hand. Just holding it in hand at his side. He has some trust issues at the moment.
That's right. He doesn't. He's afraid Bomb's gonna shoot him.
Which one?
Surely not.
So, has Bomb been injured?
No.
He was
He's got-
plot injured, but it was he's basically been patched up. Yeah,
He's got
He's got some cuts and
Bruises
bruises.
and stuff.
he's a little dirty from
He looks like-
being exploded.
smells of burnt hair and rubble.
So, Vega's still a little rattled, and he'll say, "Who the fuck are these two?"
Hi, Vega. Welcome to the team.
This is Lynch.
Zip,
and
Thanos.
my sister.
Your sister. And this one?
Mm-hmm. That's Lynch, her partner.
Damn, you missed an opportunity, Dan. You should have said, "I'm also his sister."
I wish I had thought of that. I totally would have said it.
And who are they, and why exactly are they here?
We're here to pull your asses out of the fire.
They were here on surveillance, unknown to me, and we wandered into their operation and blew it up.
Who are you guys working for is probably a pretty good question, too.
Well, why don't we settle in here for a minute and we'll have story time.
Sarcastically, Vague will say, right now, I don't know who we're working for.
Yeah, I'll raise my eyebrow, like, you're not wrong.
Or not working for Warner Brothers.
So,
And Vega is going to go over to Balm and check some of the bandaging just to make sure that he's got real injuries and they're not just like staged to look fake.
You're gonna lick the blood, make sure it's not fake blood.
Like, all right, dude, if you want to see it, let's take you off and show you Mahoney.
That's true. He
He's
didn't
like
see any of that
stoned
either.
out of his mind. He's like, hey, man.
So once he's convinced that Balm's injuries or bandaging is legitimate and not fake, he'll put his pistol away.
And that's when they strike.
So what's going on? How is it? Why is it? Why did Riley turn on us? What's the story? Let's begin this story time.
So, story time. Sometime yesterday afternoon, I got a posthumous call from one Philip Quinn, who had set up a contingency plan to have me come in and help you guys get out of a mess in the event that he was taken out, God rest him. So I'm here to set you on the path, and Hana just happened to be working with me at the time.
And what path is
Seemed
that?
a good fit. Finding that Russian bioweapons guy, Loki, I believe he was referred to.
Apparently, whoever you guys are working for is less trustworthy than we are. Pointing at your tore up, your barely concealed tore up vest.
So, you said Russian, did you? That they were speaking?
Yeah.
Interesting. I suppose you don't remember exactly what was said.
Niet.
Right. Well, we need to compare notes and figure out what to do next. Since Broggy's undoubtedly in the wind at this point, and so is a quarter of your team.
Well, don't worry.
Right,
I called our guy. He'll be here. Once we tell him. Once we leave this place, they'll take care of Mahoney.
At this point, do we really care? This mission's been hosed completely.
Well, our goal is to has been to track Braggy, or who you call Braggy, to try and track down any leads that we could get on the Russian scientist. What do you guys have on that? Because if what you're telling us is true, Braggy is in the wind, and he wasn't at the warehouse, and he wasn't the guy that you thought he was that got blown up, then we're kind of left, with nothing at all. Kind of hope that you have something better than we do.
No.
Like what?
I don't know where if you guys any leads on where Loki might be. They got him stored somewhere. If.
Now, our understanding is there was a team sent into Syria to fetch him out,
Oh, yeah.
and we don't know what happened to him after that.
They're moving in by boat. I'll tell them what I know about that.
So he's en route from, you say, Kuwait to Socotra?
Why the
Best
hell
we
are they
can tell.
Why the hell are they going to Socotra? There ain't jack shit there.
Well, not much that, well, maybe that's the whole point. Maybe there's not, no one to see him move in. There's some small settlements in and around, but nothing like any ports. I think there's a small minor airfield.
Actually, just thinking about that, that'd be one of those places where you could do a bioweapons test, wipe out everybody on the island, and not have to worry about it getting out.
Well, that's a scary thought. Do we want to pass that along, or do we want to keep with these guys and not say anything to...
That's just
see what we
conjecture
see.
at this point.
I mean, not that I'm any kind of friendly with the Yemenis, but...
All right, so the points of fact that we have are the Pegasus was in Kuwait. Loki was taken to Kuwait. The Pegasus did leave Kuwait and went dark about a little over 48 hours into their trip to Socotra.
Which would have been, where am we at? Earlier today when it went dark, I think.
Right. So that might, no, let's see, that was, okay, no. I was thinking initially that might be timed with the Shadow Directive thing. But no, that was a few hours before. At any rate, so that we have a last known position of the ship, and we have an elapsed time since then. We can do some math here and figure out where it could be at this point.
Well, we're gonna have to do some kind of secure some kind of transportation to wherever.
And then we're
Oman?
going to have to secure transport to probably Oman or somewhere like that.
You guys have good cover. Get at least strong enough to get through airport and customs.
We should, as long as the problems at the top haven't affected it. You know about that, right? Because you heard from Quinn.
Quinn?
Hana looks at Lynch and like, I'm unaware.
I know there was.
I don't know who this Quinn.
I know there was
person
a
is.
bombing. I know that Quinn sent me the message in case of his death, and I know that he has been reported as having died. I don't know anything beyond that. So if you've got any more information, please share.
Yeah, somebody higher up than him in Khan's ops turned and is somehow involved in this. So we're unofficial right now. Not that anybody in Khan's ops is ever really official.
Hana will eyebrow raise at the term Konzop, like she has no clue what you're talking about.
I kind of thought we were doing introductions. Like I assumed that.
Oh,
Like what do you? I thought that went with the what are you doing here?
Gotcha. All right.
No,
I
what
work
are you
for a
doing
secret.
here?
All right, so you are going to spill the rest about the Harrington issues.
Yeah.
All right, so we will be filled in on that.
Yeah, because I trust Hana, and Hana obviously trusts you, so I'm gonna have to go with what we got.
You trust your sister? What sense
Sure.
does that make?
Well, if we're heading to Oman, are we going to Muscat, or are we going to? Oh my goodness, what's that other southerly more city that's probably closer to Socotra?
No, I don't remember.
Got it.
Muscat is the one I was thinking of.
Salalah.
Oh, yeah. Right. Well, first we need to do the math and make some projections.
Salalah's got a cargo port, so if we needed to talk to people about ships, it's small and kind of isolated.
We have a map.
Of sorts, yes.
Well, if we travel now, then we can figure it's probably moving further, so Salalah might be a better point to get to and cut it off. Or
Well, no, we don't know what happened to it, and there is a not insignificant amount of pirate activity in the area, so there could have been an incident.
I wonder if there's
In
any
which case, it could
traffic.
be anywhere.
I wonder if there's been any other traffic from any of the other boats, maybe seeing a boat, going off course or something like that.
Where's this Salalah thing you're talking about?
Salalah is it's on
Is
it's the
Is it down there
southernmost
by
Oman.
that point?
It's on the
Or is it off the
southernmost
map?
point of
Okay,
Oman.
so it's not on my map.
Yeah, it's off
Yep.
the map.
If where you're,
Or it's not on that map.
yeah, it's kind of right
It's out
on
at
your map.
there-ish.
Along the coast where my black arrow is. I need a different color.
It is another bit south of that, I think.
Yeah, hold
Yeah.
on, I'm pulling something up. Okay, Salalah. Salalah.
Looks like it's got a big enough airport to house. Oh, it's an international, so you could probably book flight directly in. Unless somebody had a plane. Cough, cough.
Okay,
Well,
so
you can say that out loud.
Well, we don't know you have a plane, so we wouldn't
Yeah,
suggest
but you
it.
can say if we had a plane.
Well, we were gonna. She's immediately assuming.
we're
that
just
we're
assuming
book flights.
we're
Book
gonna have
flights.
to get one.
You could totally theoretically take Mahoney with you in the plane.
We could.
That is true.
Vega can blast.
Oh, you guys have a plane?
I assume we still have a plane. Look at Vega.
Vega will simply just nod.
Wow.
Well, Phil really hooked you guys up.
Yeah, he did. Maybe I need to start working. You guys get all the nice stuff, apparently.
Yeah, well, I don't want to be the guy that has to go tell Melinda that Phil didn't make it. Probably gonna kick his ass without thinking of it. Okay, so how long has it been since the ship went dark at this point? How many hours?
I am doing math. Math sucks.
I apologize.
Let's see. So, damn it.
Also, if the ship went dark, there's going to be a lot of people looking for it.
Well, that's true, but the intel that you said you had was that there were people asking where it was, and there wasn't a response from the company.
Well, it depends on how often they check in and who they check into.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of variables here. So what time is it now? It was getting on to the
Late.
evening, I think. Yeah. So 13 hours?
13 hours at 24 knots.
Mm-hmm.
312-mile radius from that spot.
What does 312 miles look like?
I don't know if Phil puts a grid on that map and a scale, then we could find out.
It didn't get much further. It wouldn't have gotten
Yeah,
much
I'm trying to
further
remember
than.
what the scale was.
It hasn't quite reached Rasmus Dakar if it's heading still to Socotra.
Looks like about there.
Yep. Somewhere in that circle. Approximate.
Alright, so if they stick to the regular shipping lanes, well, they probably don't have to stop. Actually, I wonder what the range is before they need to refuel. And if they were taken by pirates, I'm wondering where they would land them, because this is a fairly active region.
They're not.
It'd be hard to hide it.
If we left now, 5 hours from now, they're only gonna. They're gonna. If they're following along a coastline, like a regular shipping lane, and just keeping a low profile, they won't get much further than. I'll put another circle. Probably a little bit more than that. So hitting Salala might be our best bet if they're following along the peninsula. Now, if they're heading to India, that's a different story.
Well, if their intended destination was Socotra, there's probably no good reason for them to be heading to India. And especially not the pirates. Pirates don't act out of that direction. They're going to be going the other way. Pirates do come as far as the Indian Ocean, but
they could get to Karachi.
They're still going to be based out of Africa.
They could easily get to Karachi in 5 hours from now. Easy.
Yeah, but they've got no reason to go there.
I'm just giving,
But yes, that's true.
Just saying, but don't you CIA types have access to satellite imagery? We should be able to find this ship.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
What coordinates would you send the satellite to exactly?
Well, you don't send the satellite to coordinates. You'll have, satellite imagery that's always updating.
And this shows you what you know about satellite imagery. Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Well, we can get into a shipping network, and who knows? Maybe they switch their transponders to another ship, so they're squawking as a different, as squawking as somebody else.
We can get in the air and start heading towards Salala. We can deal with the specifics on the way, I suppose. Better to get to it.
I agree.
I'll go grab the curry-smelling hairball.
I desperately tried to update one of my establishing shots because PCs are going someplace I was not expecting them to.
Do we need a second?
We might. I was kind of hoping you guys were going to argue for a little bit longer because, that's what PCs do is argue.
Oh, we can totally argue some more.
Has everyone seen in War?
Yes.
In game.
Although, talking about it just reminds me that anyone
Twice.
that's watching this fight...
Oh, yeah. I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Yep. To add a spoiler alert to our video feed. I've seen some good criticisms, and I've seen some rather harsh criticisms on it.
I loved it.
I enjoyed it.
I liked it, but I think I liked Infinity War better.
I liked it, but the criticisms are still valid.
I'm never a fan of, time travel ex machina.
No spoilers. Unless there's nobody on the stream.
We have people viewing.
Yeah, so don't do that.
Yeah, it's funny. There's absolutely no traffic going to Socotra on the tracker.
Well, it doesn't have a port or anything. It's all, if you
Yeah,
look at
there's
all
no-
the villages
Now,
are like
there
little
is-
dugouts.
There is a refueling pier on there. I did
Oh.
find one.
Oh, there is.
I have a feeling it's probably not that deep water, so it probably won't handle a really big ship. But
Those cliffs are big.
oh, I know, it's a neat looking island. Really nice scenery if you're into that. But yeah,
I think I saw a thing online that said it's the most alien-looking place on the planet.
Oh wow, they have those funky trees. Wow, you aren't kidding. That place is freaky deaky. I want to go visit this place now.
Oh yeah, the other thing about it is there's one airstrip.
Yeah, there is.
So if they were taking into Socotra to be picked up and taken somewhere else, there's only one airstrip. It's really easy to watch for it. Right, well, if they are taken by pirates and they are taking them back to Africa, they will get just as far as they probably would if they were going to Socotra under their own power. On the other hand, if they were taken by pirates back to Africa, they're probably going to stay out of the main shipping lanes.
That's true too. So that might push them a little further away from the coast,
Mm-hmm.
which means that they're probably haven't gone well, and they're pirates, so they may push it up a little bit and try and move faster too. So I think the max those things can get is depending on how. Actually, that's an interesting question. Do we know what his current cargo load is? Because that might tell us how fast it could potentially go.
You know,
I don't think we found anything out about that.
I meant to ask that question whether or not it was actually carrying containers or if it was a tanker. I'm presuming it wasn't a tanker. And if they had any cargo listed.
Yeah, all that information would be found at Kuwait. But Mark apparently had a bad experience and is like, I don't want to go to Kuwait. Like, okay.
Well, why? Really? It would
Yep,
be
we're gonna
anywhere.
blame you.
Be like any kind of. It'd be like any kind of airline, or like filing a flight plan. They'd file a boat plan, which would include what their cargo is and all that. So we could go to any place that's got a port. The key is we just have to get to something that's hooked to the whatever database. So I mean, heck, we could go to the port when we get to Salalah. We could get to the port authority and potentially B&E there, or politely
I do
ask
wonder
somebody
how
to
that works.
log us in.
How does that work in aviation? So I'm at one airport. I'm going to file a flight plan.
It goes to
They're going to forward it over to the destination, or they just broadcast it?
It goes to the destination, but it's also held in like where anyone can pull it up. It goes to like a database, so anyone can pull up somebody else's flight plan. That's one of the things we had big problems with a lot of our we didn't want a lot of people knowing where we were moving, so we had to play with our call signs and all that kind of stuff.
Which means there could be a bit of that.
So really, you just have to be like, for example, we use Jepson. Jepson tends to be the organization that kind of handles and does like clearinghouse for flight planning. Not only do they have the software that does it all, but they also kind of help everyone else. But then you have then you go bigger and you have like the FAA. So if you wanted to pull somebody's flight plan, you go to the FAA database and see who and query. If you know the flight numbers, you know that you can pull the flight plan, or that aircraft and where it was planned. So if you figure that's similar to a boat, you go, all right, I know the name of the boat or the tail number of the boat. I'll plug it into the system and I can pull up where it's supposed to port, its expected cargo, souls on board, etc. That way I know if it ever disappears, I know what we're losing, or I can tell search and rescue what to expect when they got there, how many people to pull out of the water and whatnot. However, I would figure that to be a secure kind of database, because you wouldn't just want anyone in it.
Actually, I wonder if the company has actually reported it missing yet.
And that's again.
And how would we get that information? Because that might not be public.
I don't think it is going to be public.
And if they have somebody on the inside, then they might be masking too.
Yeah.
I would say if we wanted to hack the database, it's probably like on some, think of it as like the computer is a token. You have to have the computer or be at the terminal to log into the database. So you can't just hack it without somebody with super skills like McKay. But we don't have anyone with that, so we have to go to a terminal that's connected to the system already via VPN or whatever. That has
you don't have to be physically present to be on a VPN.
Right, but if you don't have the token, it's not going to help you. So if we find a computer that already has the proper tokens, then we just use that.
So I guess the question is, do we have somebody with the resources to get at that information right now?
Or we just like I said, find the computer. Because, I mean, you figure if it's just a laptop where you have to break the password, we just find a computer that has a password, or, politely, ask somebody to, hey, log in this terminal and pull up the data we asked you for, please, with the, veiled threats,
Or not veiled.
or not veiled.
Naked threats.
But we
Not,
probably
you
don't
know,
want to do it
naked
here in
threats.
Cairo. Yeah, we probably wouldn't want to do it here in Cairo. We probably want to do it in Socotra. So we'd have to raid.
We don't want to do anything in Cairo but leave.
Right. So we'd still have to raid the port authority to get the information we needed. One way or the other.
Well, if it came down to the old weakness in every security system being the operator, we don't need to be physically present to do that either. So we can actually just call that in. However we do it. But we could do that on the way. And some of us still have contact with their employer. I don't know what kind of sway the Mossad would have in that particular case. They might be able to get that information.
And we recently asked for help, and it was not a convenient time to get it.
And I have potential contacts as well.
Okay, so the plan is to fly to Salalah, Oman from Cairo.
Yep.
Hey, flying over Saudi Arabia.
Or thereabout. Yeah, that's totally what needs to happen. We need to end up getting shot down and crash in the middle of the damn Arabian desert.
No, we don't need that.
We need to trek across the Rub al Khali.
So it looks like the flight time from Salalah to Cairo is normally 4 hours and 5 minutes. The distance is 2720 kilometers. I wonder how long it's actually going to take this pig to get there.
Well, does it give a speed on that?
The speed is 118 in the second move. I think you double that for miles per hour.
Oh, I meant the that particular prediction.
No. I was
well,
just gonna look at the kilometer or the distance and
yeah.
calculate
Well,
I
think a typical airliner is going to be around 400 or 500 miles an hour cruise.
So
I
twice
think.
as fast as you are.
So roughly twice as fast as we can go. So it's going to be a long trip.
So it looks like we're at almost 380 kilometers per hour. And if the distance is 2720 divided by, what did I say? 380. That comes out to a whopping 7 hours, 0.15 something or other.
Yeah, we're not going to go max speed either.
No, I'm just...
But yeah. So about twice as long.
So noted. Okay, so something else to take into account, at least for Vega and Bomb, is you guys have been running almost non-stop for like 48 hours.
So while all this planning's going on, Vega's actually asleep.
Yeah, that's about right. It's like, all right, so that's the plan. You look over there, and he's like,
Oh, I
it
see.
me?
He's an infantryman.
Is it me, or does he look like that one actor?
He does a bit, doesn't he?
He gets that a lot.
Is it Robin Hood or something?
I was thinking Gladiator or something. I don't think he doesn't look as cool as Russell Crowe. Not as tough, you know what I mean.
all right, so it is 7 p.m. on the 14th.
Yes. So we
So-
will get there.
Yeah, well, you got to get to the airport. I suspect you got to do whatever it is you have to do to get ready.
File
Mhm.
flight plans, probably secure our entries, entry visas.
Gotta torch the van.
Offload
Well-
any of that stuff.
Well, it's probably more of a call to whoever one of our contacts here. Hey, the
That's
van
true.
is
It's
parked.
probably
van is
online.
parked. Yeah, the van is parked here. Clean it. Yeah, so they probably have local cleaners. And then they'll probably do the same with our safe house. Sanitize it completely after we leave. Question is it a CIA safe house, or I guess it's probably Mossad safe house.
It's a
Dunno.
safe house.
It's totally an ISIS safe house.
Not that ISIS, the other ISIS. Wait. Not that ISIS either.
They're going to send Codename Duchess in here to take care of this crap.
Is it Archer or Venture Brothers?
Archer is ISIS.
Yeah, well, so is Venture Brothers. It's a popular spy agency name.
So we're logging
Maybe they're the same.
a VFR flight plan to where?
Salala,
Salala.
Oman.
Salalalala.
Hana's gonna keep referring to Vega by the various movie companies that have produced films. Whatever you say, Lionsgate.
Alright, I'll work out a comeback.
So we got Lionsgate, Universal. Ha! Even Netflix.
Okay, well. 1,500
Yep, Warner Brothers.
plus 8. That's 3 in the morning. So 4 in the morning if you count packing up and getting to the airport. All that crap.
Yes, that's what about 4 or something like that. Long, boring trip.
Oh, it won't be boring. There will be lots of research.
during which time I suspect at least a couple people are going to be asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly including the pilot.
Possibly.
Let me see. Is Vega professional?
He's probably pretty freaking exhausted.
Well, he had a short nap there after, falling off the building.
Doesn't count.
Yeah, I think that's not very restful.
Vega does have code of honor professional, so he won't set the autopilot and just go to sleep.
If that's the case, I need to probably figure out just how down he is in terms of fatigue. Crap, where was that? It was over there. Basic 426. One fatigue point per quarter day. Wow. Right, so considering how tired he is, since he does have Code of Honor Professional, he's going to know it's going to be a bad idea for him not to get some sleep. So the question I have there is, if somebody's just shown, right, this needs to stay here, this needs to stay here, this needs to stay there. If it's not, wake me up because we're going to crash.
Yeah, as long as nothing weird happens, that should be fine.
Alright, let's see.
Also, he probably needs to be first aided.
That's true.
Alright, so he does not have the willpower to fight through it. So he will do that. He will say, I'm going to set the autopilot, and if anything goes wrong...
It's the bonus for a good first aid kit, a crash kit.
Oh, 2? 1 or 2?
It doesn't matter, he won't get any points back because that has to be done within the first half hour.
+1.
Oh.
Or no, +2 for the
Vega.
crash kit.
That was from getting knocked off the building. Or off the parking garage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, yeah, there's
Plot
no way
damage.
that they would have, yeah, as soon as you got in there, they would have, oh man, you're a little messed up.
Was it plot damage, or did I even need to roll?
Well, it was plot. In this case, it was mostly plot damage because he didn't get an opportunity to make any dodges or anything like that. He was cutscene, and that's terrible. Everybody hates a cutscene unless it makes you look really cool. Okay, so yeah, so I don't know how much. So yeah, you should be back to your normal hit points because that was not the actual official physical damage. That'll change later though.
All right.
So yeah, so you can basically do the. You keep an eye on this. This needs to actually, you can put little stickies or stuff like that on there. It's like this needs to stay at this level, this level, and this level. If it changes dramatically, I need to be woken up before we crash.
Your modifiers is populated for me.
After
What?
is too late.
Modifiers tab.
Guess it was turned. Why was it turned off? That's weird.
Oh, didn't you update the?
I don't
Isn't
know.
this an updated rune set?
Yeah, that's right. This is the one that has the
Ammo.
The ammo thing. Okay, so yeah, so you're going to be in the air for quite a while. 7 hours. Almost 8. Probably closer to 8. Daniel mentioned, Vega and Bomb are probably going to be sleeping through most of this because they've been running on fumes for a while. Daniel mentioned something about some sort of research.
Mm-hmm.
What research?
Well, we have Heimdall's laptop, which has, or rather Quinn's laptop, which has Heimdall's financial data. We have Heimdall's phone. We potentially have the false Bruggy's phone that was dropped.
Somebody had that. I think it was Mahoney. Yeah, Mahoney grabbed that, I believe.
And Vega had the smashed, was it sat phone?
Right.
Right, which I don't think we can do anything with at the moment. Although if it has like a SIM card or something, that might be recoverable. The phone itself won't be useful, but any data it had on it might be. I am making a wild assumption here that they might have recorded the interrogation with Heimdall, so that might be reviewed.
Yes.
That is a really interesting question.
Well, it does seem like a good standard procedure to have.
Yeah, but that was at their hideout, and then they crashed everything there.
Well, we would have taken, that could have been done easily just on a SIM card or a SD card and carried with us.
Beyond that, we have basically, we could check with the satellite data, see what can be picked up there. Can use public availability on that, but I'm presuming that's going to be less useful. I can attempt to use my contacts to get hold of more intel. And I was just checking to see if contact group would actually fall under the whole assistance role thing and therefore be subject to the same modifiers, but I can't see a specific reference to it.
Let's see. Okay, so
The point being there that my frequency on that contact is very low, and looking to see if I can improve that at all.
well, if contacts work that way. I don't see why contact group wouldn't work the same way.
I don't think it. I don't think it does.
Because as far as I know, doesn't contact group work the same way as contact?
Yes, but the assistance roles are not for contacts. Those are specifically for patron or rank. Rank being a substitute for patron. Anyway, if the GM decides he wants to stick any sort of modifiers on it, that's his business. But and he might benefit from using those in that case.
Oh, I see. 6 or less. Wow, that's pretty low.
Yeah, it's pretty low. Well, I tell you what I will do just to speed things up. I will go ahead and roll it, and I will go ahead and use luck.
Is 6 the 1-point level?
Yeah, it was the lowest, whatever it was.
Yeah, but he's got the as a contact group, so it's 6 or less. Yeah, that's what 5 points. Whew.
Well, that doesn't necessarily need to be in the box either, so I can just do it. Here we go. Not that one.
I was totally expecting that first one to be like a 4, just so you're like, well,
I
that
know.
was a wasted roll on the luck.
Okay, well, that's not going to happen unless we can bump it up by 3.
Well, considering the craziness that has happened in the last couple of days in the Middle East, it doesn't surprise him terribly that he gets answering machines and or busy signals.
Yeah.
Because there's like a bombing in Israel. There's like apparently the city of Port Said is blown up, and now it seems there's like some sort of terror strike in Cairo itself.
Are you guys trying to outdo Panama?
Man, it looks like they did a Panama down there.
Always.
I don't think that it's a, I mean, you guys bring a whole new meaning to challenge accepted.
It's Operation
Thanks.
Hold My Beer.
Okay, so looking over the intel that is present, I guess what you're trying to do is like an intel analysis.
It's going to end up there. Let's see what kind of mods I can stick on that.
Which means the GM really should have reread intelligence analysis.
Well, we're looking at it now.
Let's see. Analyze and interpret intelligence
201.
data. Yeah. Deduce enemy plans, capabilities, evaluate the accuracy of info. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's interesting. In most game worlds, only intelligence, military, and security services teach this skill, often to those with a minimum level of rank or security clearance. That's interesting.
Oh, man, I didn't notice that one had an optional specialty.
Does?
Wish I'd have thought of that, yeah.
Oh, well, the only one they have listed there is traffic analysis.
Yeah, well, you could have an optional specialty in pretty much anything. It's just that. Actually, I wonder if that works the same way as it did in 3rd edition, where you get like a plus to the 1 and a -1 to everything else. Anyway,
What the specialties? I don't think so. I believe what that does is that lets you purchase it as if it's a slightly easier skill.
you know,
Because Abe had a bunch of biological or science-based specialties. So this is IQ hard. So it'd be like, I think this is just me guessing and trying to remember. I think it would allow you to purchase intelligence analysis,
yeah,
traffic analysis at as IQ average.
yeah. It says you learn the specialized skill as if it were 1 level easier.
Yay! I remembered something.
The general
deserve a
skill
cookie.
defaults to the specialized one at -2.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta run to the kitchen and get a cookie. Because I deserve one.
All right, well, I may be operating with incomplete information, so it would fit the -1, 2, -5. But it is not all from a single source. And it is not from some weird specialty that I don't have. Now, do I have something I could boost that with, I wonder? Action 2 exploits, tell me. Gathering intelligence. Audio, visual, bugs, files and records, intercepts. I don't think we have intercepts.
I am back and I have a cookie.
You had cookies?
I may have purchased a thing of Oreos today, yeah.
Damn it.
There you go. There's a link for real-time satellite information.
I was just giving you shit, by the way. Let's see.
And
I
that's
could do research.
at a 30 by 30 meter resolution, which will show a ship.
This is why I think Mark made a mistake when he set us in tomorrow. We should have been set in the 1980s, because that's when spying is still really cool.
Yep, old top secret style. I like this though.
Huh. All right, well, presuming we've got real-time satellite data to pour over, that gives me another source of info.
Do our CIA contacts have CIA contacts? Because maybe they can get better real-time satellite.
You mean Lynch?
See previous contact group roles with luck.
Right, okay.
That was Lynch.
All right, so I can make the intelligence analysis roll, and that would probably be in the box. And now that I don't have any other ideas as to
It would definitely
an
be in the
assist
box
roll,
because it specifically states, it says GM makes rolls, but that's basically in the box for this.
trying to think if there's anything else I could use. Seems unlikely. Okay, well, here we go. Damn it! I've
Which
already
means
used
I
my
need
luck.
to frickin' remember to read this.
Bum, bum, bum. Wonder if I could take extra time on that.
And this side is so cool.
Oh, I love that kind of stuff.
I'm thinking of going to the park one day and drawing a big penis in the park with like white paper or something.
You have to time it just right, so
Time it
yeah.
so when the satellite goes over.
So I guess I could do a research roll to gather more research. Yeah. Electronic operation to work with the satellite imagery. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's for the gathering, though. I'm not gathering here, I'm analyzing. Should I go ahead and do the research?
It's
How
worth
many
a shot.
hours did that take? I think research takes like a D6 hours or something. Wow. Well, I know
That's
right
cool.
where to go.
What was the D for?
Number of hours. At least unless I missed that. Research, yeah, 1D hours and a research roll. If only I had access to a top secret NSA files and the like. Well, I don't see a specific time frame referenced on the intelligence analysis, so I don't know if that would benefit from extra time. But if it does, I will take extra time because I have it.
So is that 3 hours? So the best you can do is 6. So times 2.
Well,
That's plus one.
times I don't know.
Oh, what is it?
It doesn't list a base time for it, so.
Oh. Oh, I thought you rolled the d6 for number of hours.
Yeah, that's for research, not for
Gotcha.
not for the intelligence analysis. We'll just leave it alone and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm reading the intel analysis and evaluating the result. Because there are various modifiers in there.
Indeed.
Is it -1 to -5 for incomplete information? You don't have the -3 because all of your information does not come from a single source. -3 for intelligence concerning arcane scientific. Nope. That's nope. So
It is well covered by my knowledge
yeah,
base.
-1 to -5 for incomplete information.
And so I got all the stuff that we had plus the research roll.
So everything that you are looking for or looking at, and in this, definitely looks or has the hallmarks of an impending terror strike of some sort, a fairly large scale. Because he's dug into this sort of thing before. He's researched it. The The one difference in this one is this seems more professional than the usual jihadi types that he has dealt with in the past. And crap, I don't have. Damn it! Hold on. I have to open something up really quickly, which I thought I had opened, and guess what? I didn't. I think it's Mark's fault.
Well, just FYI, I was specifically looking for where the boat went. Although the bigger issues are also relevant and might affect where the boat went.
Most of the stuff that they're with the boat, it does seem logical to presume that based off of what you have there, that I don't have it in my notes anymore. Where is that at? The nerve. These things should show up immediately where I wanted it to. Yes. So, the fact that the boat was intended on going in that particular region definitely causes Lynch to start going for angles into to the Yemen thing. Something for everyone else to be aware of is about 6 months ago. There was a really big cholera outbreak in Yemen that has ostensibly resulted in maybe up to 100,000 deaths, but it has promptly, like all things, in this case, it's fallen off of the top menu, not the top menu, the headlines, because hey, there's some more juicy stuff over here. This senator is banging his aide, and this mayor in London said a thing and all that stuff. But
They said a thing.
Yeah, they said a thing. But based off of what Lynch is you are seeing, this definitely looks like it's connected in some capacity.
Okay.
And
Which
he has probably
which would suggest a potential landing in Yemen.
Or an ultimate destination, maybe?
Or an ultimate destination, yeah. Which technically Socotra is part of Yemen.
That's right, it is. I'd completely forgot about that. I don't know why. I was probably too dazzled by how alien that particular island looks.
Can you link what you were looking at?
Who? What?
That island.
Oh,
No.
I saw it when I went searching before. It's like, you just like search for Socotra Yemen wiki, or heck, just Google the island stuff. Is just bizarre.
If you go to Google Maps, it should be about there, I believe, based on the map that we've got in Fantasy Grounds.
Huh?
Thanks.
What?
Socotra.
No. Socotra is south and just of Yemen.
It's off the map.
It's not on that map.
The Horn of Africa, Socotra is an island just off the Horn.
Ah, okay. Found it, thanks.
As to why it would be this particular vessel would be going towards Socotra, there's no reason why it should be going there at all. Because the Pegasi is simply too large to even touch anywhere on that.
Which isn't a big stretch to say that it just filed a destination in Socotra and had no intention of ever going there. Which is fine, but does not explain... I mean, is there a legitimate reason other than piracy that they would have just gone dark?
Failure of some sort?
Well, okay, an actual failure.
Well, if they are traveling to Socotra, by the time we hit Salala, they have 39 hours at their steaming at 24 knots before they reach Socotra.
Which I don't think is a proper cruise speed, because it looked like all the ones on that marine tracker are doing more like in the teens.
Well,
But never mind that.
Slow steaming is 20. You know, standard steaming is like 10, and then max steam depends on the weight of it all depends on the weight of the ship too.
Why the hell would standard be less than slow?
No, slow steaming is 24 or 20, 10 to 20. And standard is 24.
Oh, 10 to 20.
Yeah, 10 to 20. And then
Okay,
standard
so...
steaming is 24. Now, some boats can get a little faster, but again, it all depends on weight.
Okay, well, I think the slow steaming, I think most of them are tending toward the bottom end of the 10 to 20 range.
Yeah, if they're fully weighed down, they're going to be like 10 knots.
Yeah, so times
But if we
are
figure
what they
this
are.
Assume that
But, yeah.
whoever's got it's probably pushing the limits, average 24. We got anywhere between 30 and 39 hours before it reaches Socotra, if that's
Well, yeah, better to assume it's going faster and be there before it gets there. Okay, so...
I mean, the nice thing is, even if we get to Salala and we can't figure out what we want, we have a plane, and we don't have to fly very high to see a boat. We're going to have a lot. I mean, boats stand out. On
but there are a lot of boats, too. And
Yeah,
there's going to be zero way to identify it.
Well, you could always buzz the boat and check, its hull numbers. Now it becomes very obvious.
You're going to have to do that for all of them?
Well,
Yeah, but the thing is, where it's going is not a standard shipping lane, so the amount of big ships going there are going to be
It's going
slim.
to be on the major shipping lanes until
You said
it gets
yourself
to
there was
Socotra.
no traffic there now.
No, at Socotra. Now, off the coast of Arabia, there is a crap ton of traffic.
what's the traffic that you have?
I had that link.
It's the real-time maritime ship location thing.
Yeah, there are a lot of boats moving back and forth on the coast of Arabia. It's just right there around Socotra, there's hardly anything.
I don't know, there's a tanker. Position received via satellite.
Yeah, I have a feeling that came from not Socotra.
So are we going to make the assumption that it's heading that way?
Well, I think it's going that direction regardless.
Alright, then
The real
we've
question
got
is where it's going to stop.
we can limit the search range by finding another ship that was travelling in the same direction at roughly the same time using the ship tracker, and see where that ship is now, and then extrapolate where our ship would be if it chose the same route.
Well,
Smart.
I'm assuming that at this point.
Navigation based, water-based navigation-based tracking tool.
Yeah, who has that?
Who has water navigation?
Oh, fuck you.
He's asleep.
You're asleep anyway.
He like you know, he
When he
goes,
wakes
"Give-
up, though.
Give me this. What? Scribble, scribble, scribble. Rolls
It's
back
right
over,
there.
and like, what? What did you just do?
I think you found our boat. Success by 7.
He's dreaming, and he's just like rattling out some coordinates in his sleep.
Yeah, triangulating in your dreams.
Because he hears us talking while he's asleep, and it's just invading his dreams. So he's just acting it out in his dreams.
Snaps awake. He always like grabs something as he goes to the head, and as he comes out of there. He's like, "Here!" He shoves the thing he scribbled the directions on. Goes right back to bed.
At some point, Vega is going to wake up and assist with the navigation. So there's another data point.
That is a lot of boats. What are the differences between the reds and the greens?
Cargoes. There's also military, but I haven't picked up a military one. Blue is a passenger vessel.
Purple is pleasure craft.
Yep, blue is a passenger vessel. Green is cargo.
I haven't
I like-
seen any blues.
I like the ones that say
One.
destination armed guards on board.
Yeah.
Aqua
really?
is tugboats.
I haven't
Yeah, there's a
seen
bunch
any
of
those.
those.
Yep.
Oh, found one.
It's a big pirate fuck off sign.
Cheselka crude oil tanker. Armed guards on board. So that's their way of saying online, "Come at me, bro."
Come at me, bro.
Because the Somali pirates have access to the internet too.
Now I see some purpley ones.
Pleasure craft.
Yeah, I think the red and green are container versus tanker, but I'm not sure about that.
The orange ones.
Now, if you want to see crazy, it's like you
Haven't figured out orange.
you pull up and look at the Persian Gulf. Holy cow.
I think the orange are fishing.
Ah, that makes sense.
Gray, I think, is military.
Sounds right. Yeah, we needed this on that Suez episode.
We had it.
Did we? I thought we looked for it and couldn't find it.
Yeah, you were saying that there was no traffic at the time.
There wasn't. But we did look at it.
Well, I looked at a different one and it didn't have any traffic at all in
Gray
the
is
entire Middle East.
unspecified, I think. Well, it changes.
Anywho. So, I was not able to determine a specific location or a potential specific location for the boat. So we've still got a range, but using the basic sea lanes, we got a rough idea of where it should be.
If you zoom out to see the whole world, it's pretty crazy looking. I remember the airplane one being crazy too. When you view everything that's in the air at the moment.
Hey, I see where the Disney Fantasy is moving along. To the Carnival Breeze.
That's funny.
Yes, let's see what is the time upon arrival again. That is here. 4 a.m. So look at this.
Wake up, Vega. Time to land. Need to call in.
All right.
I don't think they track military vessels.
They're on there. It just says unspecified.
But yeah, I think they only show if somebody gets a ping off one. Other than that, they don't actually place them, because even boats at port are like civilian boats at port are labeled, whereas military ports don't have any of the ships say what ships are at port, which is good OPSEC.
As it should be.
One says unspecified U.S. government vessel.
Oh, the ones I was looking at didn't even say government. They just said unspecified vessel.
Oh, actually,
Says,
they show the carrier Pax River.
Disguised Russian surveillance craft.
Actually, there's one that does troll around like the U.S. that we know about and we watch it. It's a SIGINT boat.
And vice versa, I'm sure.
What's a shame, nobody on the stream can actually see what the hell we're looking at.
You should put a link in chat for them.
That's true.
Only problem is when you put you'd have to drop the link into the stream chat.
Yeah, stream chat, not the.
Exactly.
AFK for a moment.
We can also just tell them that it's marinetraffic.com. Shows where every boat is that's registered. I don't remember. There's also one for air traffic control that's equally fascinating, but I don't remember the name of it. It might be air traffic.
Well, the marine tracker that I used to use that stopped working as well for some reason, it had a sister site that did air traffic.
Yeah.
The GM is apparently experiencing technical difficulties. Hence the silence. The hell are we going to do when we land?
I have no idea.
User disconnected from your
Disembark.
channel.
Fuel. I wonder if we should just take 5, since the GM can't tell us we can't.
Yeah, it's a good time to, I guess.
I'm going to take 5.
Right?
Take 5.
Taking 5. We're
It's
back.
going to go down as a
Yeah,
really
sorry.
bad one.
We took 5.
Yeah, sorry about that. I broke my damned Xbox controller, which was being used for my TeamSpeak. And then, in TeamSpeak, I couldn't figure out why it wasn't taking my change, and I realized, oh, right, that's where I was experimenting with trying to use sounds in Fantasy Grounds.
Right.
Right, so at around 0... I found another reason why I'm not going to use the frickin' control, because I can't hold it down and drag my map out of the way because it'll auto resize it. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Totally not your fault. It's totally, that's a Microsoft thing, right? Let me look. Yes, that's a Microsoft mouse or thing, so it's its fault.
Perhaps you have another USB control device you could use.
We got plenty of USB controlled devices, but I don't know if I've got one for that. Doesn't matter. I just have to suck it up for a little bit and fix it over the week. Hopefully.
Or if you think you can get your settings right, you could probably set voice activation.
Yeah, you don't want that though.
I'm not comfortable with voice activation because, hey, what if Mark does something really dumb and I'm like, really? Then Mark will feel bad because, I said, really?
Does your headset have an easy to access mute button?
Not that easy.
Not this one, no. Not this
That won't work
headset.
then. Because I could do voice activation, but just turn mute on and off when I want to talk, and it would work out okay.
Yeah, I've got some buttons on the side of mine, but I don't. Oh wow, there's the mute here. No.
Wow, your voice went strange.
Yeah, that's because I had the helmet off and I was looking.
The helmet?
Yes, the helmet. It feels like a helmet. It's really big and heavy.
Oh, you have the over-the-ear kind?
Sadly, yeah.
No, I like those, actually.
They're too hot.
Yeah, they do get hot, but I used to have some that were noise canceling, and it was really nice.
Yeah, if you recall, I don't remember when. I think Mark was running. I think it was during the Bainstorm game. I had to bug out really early because my headphones just went kerplop, and I had to run over to Best Buy and get some new ones. These are the new ones.
Oh, wow, that's been a long time ago, actually.
Yeah. Right, so Lala, Oman.
There's that
really
truck.
It's really hard to find any actual pictures of this place.
You can actually do Street View in some places.
Some places, yeah, but I generally like to find the more common one.
That kid's awesome. Was this a Google? No.
Yeah, I think this is in Wikipedia.
Now that little white truck with the red stripe, it's the same one that's everywhere in the Arab world.
There is only actually one of those trucks. They're just literally everywhere.
Go faster, stripe.
No, it's actually one vehicle and many instances of the same one. Saves on processing power for the world.
Nice.
Well, we are a virtual reality thing, right?
Indeed. With a flat.
If we were, I was about to say, if we were, it probably would be flat, because it'd be easier to render.
Well, it'd certainly explain why history is a cycle.
Because the writer doesn't have any better ideas?
They keep changing out the writers, and the new ones go, we haven't had a war in a while.
History doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme. Mark Twain.
Yep. Okay, so you have arrived in Salalah. I'm no doubt pronouncing that terribly incorrectly.
Salalah.
It's not that complicated.
Doesn't have a lot of extra consonants or vowels.
I'm not rolling my laws enough on my S's. No, they have a website.
You don't roll S's.
Slow.
I'm American. Hey, beautiful Salala tours on TripAdvisor.
Yeah,
Of course, their most recent reviews is don't use this. No guide. Dull.
Well, we've just turned up, so it's not going to be beautiful for long.
And we're conservationists.
Hide your kids.
Well, you guys are. Kana and Lynch are not employees.
they actually have a street view where you're on the deck of a boat looking at the port at night.
That's odd.
Is it a ferry?
I can't tell. It looks like almost looks like a cruise ship of some kind.
Huh.
Right, well, we were having the discussion earlier about what exactly are we going to do once we get to Salala?
That's a really good question. What exactly are you planning on doing while you get to Sala after you've gotten here?
We don't know.
Looking for the boat, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe get with the port authority and see if they've received any.
We could do that.
Information regarding the boat. Maybe it's popped online.
Potentially take the opportunity to look for any radio traffic regarding that ship.
I mean, heck, we could even probably get somebody to, hey, we're looking for a missing boat. If we give you information, would you be able to look at your database and see what you can find? Maybe see discrepancies?
That is actually an interesting idea, because if the company has said that their boat is missing, did we say that they have or have not?
They did not.
Ah, okay, well, never mind.
No, it has been some time since then now. I mean, we could stand to recheck that. I don't recall how we got that information exactly.
You got that information when you were in the Haifa headquarters. So you did have access to...
A couple days.
Yeah, you had access to... Well, no, actually, that was like yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I know.
Uh-huh.
We could refuel the plane and someone come with Vega and we'll just fly search pattern up and down the shipping lane.
Actually, I was going to say we probably should secure some kind of boat, because if we are going to intercept that ship, we're going to have to get on it.
You got a boat with wings.
Yeah, you can't park that next to a ship.
Sure you can.
Unless
Vega can.
Unless you fly it in knife edge and use the wing as a ladder.
Pity,
sort of a one-time
you haven't
only
had time
thing.
haven't had access to a queue who can
just
push this button and the wings fold up. So.
Yep. Well, we could always do the parachute over top of the boat at night kind of thing,
And what happens when you miss?
Extended swim.
Well, you could just kind of sit there and paddle for a little bit until the airplane comes down and picks you up, because they can land on water.
I seem to recall there are sharks in this part of the world.
That's why you have this shark. Send me down the shark repellent.
Sharks don't eat people.
People eat people. Oh, wait, sorry.
Some of them do, I guess.
Too early?
I mean, I'm more worried about that than sharks, to be honest.
Okay, so Oman, let's see, the official language is, to no one's surprise, Arabic.
Does anybody not speak Arabic at this point? It's Vega.
Vega. What are the levels of their pronunciation?
Native.
Bomb is accented.
I think most of us are accented, probably.
Hana's native.
Right.
She actually speaks English with an accent. It gets the guys to the yard.
Okay.
Damn it, Mark! You forgot to put sex appeal on her skill.
Dang it.
So
Yeah, you
any
should also
points you
have.
get, you make sure to add that on there.
You should also have English and French because we spoke that at home as well as Hebrew.
I have English.
You should have French too. Mom spoke French.
All right. Stuff to do. So we need a boat. We probably do need to arrange some way to spot the ship.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think the air recon is also a good idea.
Yeah, because we can always pick up the boat. Because by the time we find the boat, we could easily fly back, get in the faster boat, and catch up. Because those boats do go slow. But we just need to secure a much faster boat.
Right. So it's the Omani who have the really awesome outfits that they put their women in that are really bright, colorful.
What?
Yeah, the Omani are actually pretty cool. You know, they are quite what's the term? Not
Westernized?
traditional.
That's some
westernized.
color.
Oh wow, yeah, that's cool.
Yes, I was wondering for Hana's sake regarding, well, the kind of stuff that she would have to wear, whether she'd have to wear the god awful burqa thing.
No, I think they don't. If you're not, they don't force women to wear.
Right, so they just wear the abaya.
She's probably more the baseball cap type.
Yeah, I know, but if you're trying to avoid attracting attention, I mean, we'd hate that if she had to murder everybody because they were trying to stone her or something.
I don't think no, Omani don't have that rule, but yes, if he wants to blend in better, then yeah, she could wear it without, because she might get a look, but no one's going to, be upset with her because she's.
Do we need a
Hell,
clean
we could
up
wear it.
nicely scene?
We could wear it and go
good
unnoticed. And have an arsenal under there with us.
Being secretly Mossad and secretly Consops, she probably has a kit to blend in anywhere.
Oh, she's not Consops. She's just Mossad.
Oh,
Yeah, she's not Kanzat.
She wears the dress. She gets to hide the submachine guns.
If I'm carrying it, I'm using it.
Everybody's like, "Are you gonna hand me that? Let me use it first." Here you go.
So how did Lynch know Quinn if they're not Consops? Maybe Lynch is Consops and not Hana.
Nope.
Why?
Interesting questions.
How do they know Quinn? Or how does he know Quinn?
Interesting questions.
Because Quinn wasn't CIA, but he was Consops.
So he must have run across Lynch.
And before that, Quinn was IRS.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the intelligence world is still rather small, so I'm sure that you could draw some lines where Quinn and Lynch have crossed paths, and
And
between.
to be fair, it does occur to me that everybody, at least Vega and Bomb, are familiar with Quinn having talked about his wife being hardcore badass CIA in the past.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had completely forgotten about that.
That's
Still
right.
don't remember it, in fact.
The idiot on our team is IQ 12, so somebody would have put that together. All right.
Oh
we
wow!
got some,
Sadly,
stuff to
that
do.
means the idiots are the siblings apparently. Huh? So sad. IQ 12, and that's the dummies. Jeez.
Yeah, well, the Traveler game was like that too.
I
Well,
thought it
we
was higher than that, wasn't it? Was it like the dummy was 13?
No. Everybody had a 13 except for Sai, who had a 12.
well, it's not surprising since we are part of the intelligence community.
Trust me, that don't mean nothing.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Inconceivable.
Okay, right. Sorry, we keep getting distracted, and I'm going to blame Daniel this time.
I refuse to accept it.
I don't care. So yes, so you have your plan is what exactly you're talking about? Having Vega and someone else do aerial surveillance of the region, while you guys obtain a boat.
Yes. Yeah, we should probably split up, I guess, and handle that.
So, regarding the surveillance, how are you going to square that with the locals? Like, yeah, we're going to just fly out and fly around in these pretty clear circles.
Conservation.
Tourism.
Tourism, or hey, we're a pilots, we're a private pilots training
No,
organization.
no, we've already got the cover built in. It's conservation. We're out there doing surveys of wildlife.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
fishing patterns, fish migration, and it would explain why we bring in some like fancy like camera equipment
There you go.
And get a boat.
and have a boat on standby.
And Russell Crowe is just the celebrity that's going along to give it some
Credibility.
credibility, yeah.
Oh, the irony.
Wow.
Yeah, I can totally see Vega at some point having a cover identity, and somebody looks at it and goes, "Russell Crowe, huh?" He's like, "Yeah, want me to do your, sign that?"
Who's Russell Crowe?
Meanwhile, Russell Crowe's going, "What do you mean I'm being charged with espionage in the United Arab Emirates? I've never even been there."
Why am I trending on Twitter?
Imager.
YouTube, watch Russell Crowe snatch a guy from certain death on death-defying plane trip. Okie doke. So, let's see. So, who's going where? Obviously,
Well-
Vega's going in the plane.
I guess I'll go with not Vega.
Mahoney's
a
probably
nervous
in the
passenger.
plane.
I'm kind of thinking stats-wise, I should probably go on the plane.
Well, we could probably put Mahoney in a hotel room and just check in on him every so often.
True, which would be a good reason to have Kana stay behind.
Yes, and then Bomb can step into the room and go, "Ah!"
What are you doing?
Whoever's with Vega needs to have a really high observation.
Yeah, that's why I said that.
Let's see. Who's got high observation? Her observation is 13.
14. I have a 14, but I'm a nervous passenger. Dang.
Holy cow.
So
Thanos it is.
So it's
That's one of those. It's like, yeah, we probably need somebody to do that, and he makes the comment. It's like, well, you need to tap up this and tie up your shoe, and that guy over there is packing heat and
so
pulling the whole Jason Bourne thing.
so the
Sherlock
bombs
Holmes.
are securing a boat.
Yeah.
Oh, good. She has motorboat.
There you go. Excellent. It all works out.
Don't go there, Mark.
It's too late. You heard that laugh.
And this is another reason why I don't want the speak to talk auto talk thing on there, because I may have snickered myself.
And we don't want to acknowledge it's funny, or it will continue.
So is that everybody?
That is the 4, yes. So we're gonna send Lynch and Vega off into in the planes doing their sweepy sweep. The bombs are going to check into a hotel or something with poor injured Mahoney. He probably is weaned off of the drugs at this point and might just be really irritated at not being able to do anything.
Well, he might still be able to help mentally.
I suppose he could serve as like the radio guy.
Mm-hmm.
Control. Yeah. Coordinator.
He's the guy in the van.
Dispatch. And Vega's going to call him father.
I was thinking that.
Okie dokie. Alright, so Vega and Lynch off into the plane. The bombs, you will find this. Actually, I have no idea. I was not expecting to go to Salala, so I did not do a lot of research into this place.
That's okay. We've never been there either, so you can say whatever you want, and we'll believe you.
So, Hana, do we want to hire a boat, like with a captain and crew if the size requires it, or do we want to, like, rent a boat for us to use?
I would say rent a boat. I can pilot it.
Okay.
The only thing is you won't get a large boat to rent.
It just needs to be. It just needs
Yeah.
to be seagoing and faster than a.
It's got to be seaworthy.
Yep. It's got to be seaworthy and faster than at least twice as fast as whatever that carrier ship is gonna.
And get the insurance.
All right. Well, you pick it, and I'll pay for it.
Or rather, Heimdall will pay for it.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
true. She's
Boy, I
dressed.
wish.
She's inappropriately dressed, and they go seaworthy. Just to make Bomb uncomfortable.
Easily managed.
Fruit stalls sell local fruits and tender coconut.
Fruit stalls.
Arabic
we need a car
is-
chase.
Arabic is the official language, most spoken. The unofficial unwritten language known as Jabali is the second most spoken language. English is the official foreign language and the most spoken language of the expats. That's interesting.
Not that unusual, I would think.
Solala's economy is based on tourism. during the Kharif season, July to September, there are many tourist visits from the Middle East.
So we're in the off season.
We're in the off season.
That is the best time to visit a place that lives on tourism.
That's true.
Because they're always glad to see you.
Yeah, I remember Arabia in February. It was disappointingly cold.
Well, to be fair, that was like really far from here.
South
It was not on the
Carolina in
coast.
November, still hot.
Okay. So let's see. So look. Oh crap. Yeah. So I'm looking at the map.
It's the day after Valentine's Day. Hannah and Mahoney get together.
Well, it was still Valentine's Day while you guys were in the air, in the plane.
Not listening. La 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 la.
And he was stoned mostly out of his mind from morphine.
Just like the last time.
She compromised him.
Okay, let's see. Yes, this is telling me I should have thought this out. Oh, the PCs might not go where you expect them to, Phil. Now, what are the chances of that?
100%.
Well, we tried to give you some heads up. We just started a little later than we probably should have.
Okay, so trying to get the boat. Let's see. So that's just easy. You just go to someplace and.
Given the tourist
Flash
thing,
cash.
I'm sure you just go there, pay the money, and you got it.
Yeah, and since this is
Yep.
off season, that's not going to be particularly difficult.
Probably a fishing boat too.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I
Related to our cover.
I think since we are planning to board a container vessel, we should probably have a thought to the transition. So one that's like a double-decker would need a shorter ladder.
Oh, grapple guns, that kind of fun stuff.
But yeah, that sort of thing. We need that boat, and we need that hook ladder over there.
For the fish.
To help the fish get in.
Fish need ladders.
And bicycles.
No, they're not going to ride bicycles up the ladder, you nut.
Okay, so what kind of ship boat is that? That's just, damn it. Stupid control it's going to drive me nuts.
Well, what do you really need to know? Speedboat. Well, they've only got inflatable boat and speedboat in the Action 1.
Yeah, I guess the speedboat's fine. You can just probably use that as a basis.
Well, let's see. 12-meter patrol boat. That's
That's the one
probably
you guys
closer.
said.
right. That's that.
Well, it might
just
be.
won't have any guns on it.
Yeah, you use
Yeah,
that,
that's
just call
probably
it a gun.
about right.
The size is right.
Yeah, I was
That's a
thinking
big boat.
like a deep sea fisher.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that way myself.
That's a big boat, and there's no way that you'll be able to rent one of those. That will be a charter with its own captain.
With its own captain and crew. Yeah, which is actually okay under the circumstances as long as it's fast enough.
I don't think we want to deal with other people. This is a clandestine op. We're going to board a ship.
Have you
Isn't
ever
that
met?
called piracy?
Have you met the people who work on those ships? They're not looking for attention.
They're also not looking to commit piracy.
I mean, they do protect their food while they eat, if you understand what I'm saying.
I get that. And no,
I've seen movies like Indiana Jones. You give them enough money and they'll do anything.
Honestly, any one of those boats, we pay the guy enough, and he'll be like, "Sure,
Yeah.
If you wreck it, I get insurance." So
Those are mostly what I was thinking. Yeah.
I mean, that Aloha Spirit's probably such a common class of boat,
Mhm.
Ooh, yeah, that looks good. Is it fast enough?
I want the Speed Twin.
Oh, surely. Any of those boats are going to be way faster than a container ship.
Right.
I agree about the Aloha Spirit.
I mean, heck, the Aloha Spirit and the Erna B are the same. Look like the same boat, only one's got the mast with the radar, which we would probably want.
But that will be a charter.
No, it wouldn't. I mean, if you pay a guy enough to rent his boat, he'll let it go. Especially if you
We could just buy it.
You'd have to pay him enough, though.
No,
I mean, we just buy the boat.
we got Hemedal's money.
We're paying well with Heimdall's money in the off season.
And he's probably insured, so he's like, okay. It might be,
No, when you say insured, you are thinking in terms of American boats. I am not 100% positive they would be insured in Oman.
All right, good point. But I'm not opposed to having them along. I mean, yeah, it's not ideal, but
up until the point we try and commit piracy and he loses his cool, and then it's just a thump on the back of the head. And,
I was about to say
Yeah.
that's also
No,
a
it's gonna
manageable
be-
situation.
It's going to be way easier just to buy it outright, have nobody else involved.
If we got the money, I say do it. Buy it.
All right, do we have that kind of cash from Heimdall?
See, pricing.
I mean, not cash, but credit.
Thought we had millions.
Let's see the.
Do we?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So Hana will pick the boat, and we'll buy it with Heimdall's credit.
Actually, she has no idea we have all that money.
No, she
Well,
probably doesn't.
I'm gonna tell her you pick the boat, and I will pay for it.
So I'll use a intelligence-based boating to pick a boat. So that would be Intel minus
Okay,
1.
I can see that.
So that would be.
Are you not doing the relative?
Yeah, it's just money.
Are you actually
mean-
putting in the minus?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
No, you did it. Okay, never mind.
So Intel minus 1 to pick a boat that will suit our purposes, seaworthy, isn't going to crap out at us on the water, get us there, get us back fast enough, etc.
So you didn't actually drag the skill over to the IQ box.
Oh, did I do that?
Yeah, it'll change the basis on which it's rolled.
Ooh, well, neato.
So you come
Or
back with a
third
jet
person.
ski.
Well, no, the first one.
First roll
The
stands.
first
Come
one.
on.
I was just practicing.
I thought everybody knew about that one. That was a big deal.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've used it a couple times. Mostly on perception things.
Okay, so yeah, you are able to pick one of these places out. I get you said you were looking for something like the equivalent of this Aloha Spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
Okay.
radar and proper comms equipment, good motors.
It doesn't have to be like the jewel of the fleet.
Yeah.
It just has to,
It's going to have to be in good repair, though.
Yeah, exactly.
And the radar is definitely something we'd probably want to be able to see the boat at night, as it were.
Right.
Visual
So
range.
the owner is clearly intending on being chartered.
Well, we're going to put his kids through college instead.
You could buy that boat over there for. You could buy a bigger, better boat, and in fact, we're gonna buy it and likely just give it back to you, and you can keep your money.
That's
Come-
not
yeah.
suspicious. at
Nice.
all.
No, buy it, go out. It's like come back. It's like I'm so sorry. This really didn't work for us.
Is that a
Refund?
bullet
We don't need a
hole?
refund.
Are
No,
those
that's-
bullet holes?
No, those are flying fish.
Fast. They came at us very fast.
Heavily armed flying fish.
Those things are all over the place.
They came in bursts of 3 to 30.
Which is nice. They can land the plane almost in the water. That's something else we'll do. We'll also get a spot that they can land the plane. So when you guys come back, you can just land the plane in the water,
Oh,
park
that's
it,
a-
and then hop right in.
At that berth. It's a different type
Yeah.
of berth, though.
That's a link for boats for sale in Salala.
Oh, well, there you go.
Those are
Those
not
aren't
what
great.
we need.
That's not what we're looking for.
Nope. So yeah, we're going to overpay to talk this guy out of his boat. Or Hana is going to do the talking. I'm going to do the paying.
We got merchant. You see,
I don't think any of us actually do.
It may not be a merchant thing. I mean, we're already planning to
Oh,
overpay.
no,
Like
Vega
we're not
does.
looking for a good deal.
Yeah, we're not really
That's
not.
true.
We just got to convince him to sell it. So would that be a diplomacy roll? I mean,
kinda
do we
see
even need
that.
a roll?
Might
Yeah.
not.
In a place that runs on tourism in the off season, and you're offering
Yeah,
a
it's
big
probably
pile
not
of money.
probably not the first rich people to come in and say, I want to buy the hotel.
Quite.
Yeah. I suspect some sort of diplomancy is going to end up being involved.
Good luck, sis.
Wait, you don't have diplomacy?
Nope.
No.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Baum doesn't have a whole lot of social skills, really.
I have fast talk. I mean, Garrett
yeah, what do you
is
have
higher
that
than
at?
my fast talk. Fast talk is 12. Garrett is 16. If it gives you any idea of Bomb's training.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
you guys aren't keeping up the spreadsheet.
I'll do
Wow.
that. I'll update it.
Well, I'm just
sorry.
because I
updating
did
fast
add
talk
some
here.
of them. Let's
So what does
see.
diplomacy come down to?
IQ
Your
minus
default is 7.
6 or politics minus 6. On the bright side, I don't have a dude here.
You don't have a dude.
So yeah, I don't have an actual character for this fellow. So
Oh, you don't have a stat 10 dump guy.
So I was gonna say he's probably got a 10. No, I'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, it couldn't be less than a 10 if he's got his own ship and his own tourism business.
Are you making that? You making
No,
that case?
I do have a mook.
Wait, does?
Or are you talking about merchant?
Well, I don't have diplomacy at all.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. I was thinking merchant.
Well, again, we're not trying to get the best
Yeah,
deal we can.
no. I understand that.
I mean, the
But
worst case
still,
is if he.
you have to think. Yes, this is the off season,
But we are
this
probably
is still
buying
it's
his livelihood.
boat.
Well,
And
buy
yes,
another boat.
hey, I could potentially get all this money, but how do I know that the government's not going to end up going, yeah, that was bad, I'm going to have to take it all?
Well,
this
worst
does
case
involve
scenario-
the exchange of money, and her merchant default is going to be better than her diplomacy.
So what is bribery?
Hold on. That's actually in one of the action books.
Action
When was
2.
that? Was that 2?
I don't remember what page though.
Bribery. All right. Multiply the bribes need to bonus by the mark's wealth factor.
Probably not that much.
Thus, a +3 against a crime boss with multimillionaire costs $2 million.
Bribery. Base bribe is a C note $100, which gives you +1 to social engineering attempts against someone of average means. 500 buys +2, 2,000 that's +3, and 10,000 grants +4.
We're definitely going to the +4 level.
So it's probably the cost of the boat plus another 10 grand for the +4.
Yep.
Which would give you a decent. So it's still going to be a social engineering check of some sort.
Minus
You're just going to be
2.
a +4.
So diplomacy to convince him to sell it, or are we doing
If
merchant?
you,
Yes.
So if you use merchant for that, you get a +4. That gets you 12.
So is it merchant or diplomacy?
I don't think it matters.
Okay, Elon is going to put his arm around Hana's waist and pretend that he doesn't understand Arabic and say in English, "It's perfect. Tell him I'll give him whatever he wants for it."
She'll snuggle and present. It's like, you see, my husband and I really
It's not
have
creepy at all.
Well,
But it's gonna work. You know it is.
Yeah.
Well, her last name is Baum.
Yeah.
And we didn't even tell him that.
So
So, Carrie,
minus
give me
merchant minus four.
an acting check, and then
Can do.
yeah.
Because he really wants to use
I'm
that.
extremely good at this stuff.
So, Mark, if you are doing the say merchant, your effective skill will be 14.
So it's effective 14. Whew. After
Tricking
some
people-
dickering, for sure.
Sorry, that's supposed to be merchant.
That's no problem. After some dickering, I'm sure we convince him that,
It takes a little bit of time, but yeah,
it's like we want some private time on the ocean. We'll buy it, and we might even bring it back to him, that kind of thing. Because we just want private time, and that's why we don't want to.
Totally gonna tell all of his pirate buddies. Yeah, there's this crazy rich couple out on my boat. They're all by
Well,
themselves.
that would be about right, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh man.
The joke's on them.
Pirates,
Yeah, that
pirates
would have
roll
been
up
the,
and they see you guys and they keep
Surprise,
on rolling.
mofo!
No,
That
they
would've-
roll up. They see you guys all geared up, Ramboing. Keep on sailing. Hey, how you doing?
Nope. Don't need any of that.
That would have been the 3 roll on the reaction roll.
Wow.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so yeah, it takes a little bit of time, but you finally convince the dude to give him your boat.
We basically rent his boat indefinitely for the cost of the boat plus another 10K.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
It is absolutely ridiculous. And this guy almost probably walks away going, "Huh, I can't believe it. I've got such a great deal," until we bring it back bullet riddled.
He wins even if it sinks.
Actually,
True.
chances are pretty good we're not bringing it back at all.
Yeah, we're just gonna abandon it on the open ocean.
Set the yeah. Well, and you know what? We just
And then
set
he's
the,
like, "Yeah, these crazy rich
people stole my
bought
boat.
it, and they stole my
Oh.
boat."
Or my boat was stolen. And then they find it just kind of floating out there. And
Now then
it's
he
like,
gets the insurance on it too.
Yep. Or he gets it back.
This dude's
Heck, he
rolling in it.
Yeah, heck, he does. He could just after if it never comes back, he can just claim it was stolen. It's not like there's
just
a bill
made
of
his
sale
year.
or anything. Yeah. Came to the dock and it was gone. I don't know.
Right. Meanwhile,
Back to
Meanwhile,
recon.
Lynch and Vega are flying around on the plane, and it's probably long and boring. Let's see, I'm trying to determine. Well, you aren't going to get lost.
well, that's good.
It'd be an observation roll from Cable.
Took me a second.
Let's see. What kind of gear do we have on this plane as far as that goes?
Binoculars.
Surely we have better.
Well, you had your surveillance plan, Ben. You could have driven it up here to the plane, glanced at it, what they had, and pulled stuff from your van and said, "We may need this, and this,
Well,
and
that
this,
seems reasonable.
and this, and this, and this." Ah, crap! The plane's not going to be able to leave because I want to take the van.
Well, that means we have the drone.
How are you going to get the drone back into the plane?
We're not going to launch it from the plane.
Oh!
Just means we kept it.
It'd be launched from the landed plane, not the in-flight plane.
It'll be launched from the boat when we try to get on it, and we need to see who's on deck.
Oh, good call.
So the route, the trade routes are every bit as busy as you would expect.
We are probably going to be paying more attention to the ones a little bit off the route.
Well, we'll fly this in a surge pattern.
Yeah. No, I was wondering if I'm going to be able to get any bonuses on the observation for equipment and that sort of thing.
Roll and see if it's relevant.
You're not the GM.
Force a habit.
Let's see here. Okay, but do you want to roll in the box?
I was checking something as well. Yeah, just do straight observation at this point.
Can sort the rest out afterward.
Right. Okay. I was like, what? No, that can't be right. Oh, your skill is 18. Wow. So you are up in the air for a couple of hours. Probably more than a couple of hours. It's about closing in on noonish. You've been doing your search patterns, and as you were just about ready to bank and head in a different direction, because it's like, okay, that looks clear, that looks clear. One of the ships, one of the larger container ones, which you had previously checked out and it had seemed fine, it seems to suddenly sort of deviate sharply.
Mm-hmm. Would it by any chance be being followed by a mothership?
A mothership in what capacity do you mean?
Well, you know how the pirates work. The modern pirates work. They use a mothership and they send their little skiffs out from
I
there.
understand what you're talking about. Yeah. Well, you are able to make out a number of different skiffs that were around this one. So it does seem like this particular ship has been likely nabbed by pirates.
All right, that's our boy. So we need to do a plot in the direction it has changed to see where that's headed.
And it does also seem to be at least picking up as much speed as it can.
Oh, so it's actually fighting them off now.
No, not so much. The ship is picking up as much speed as it can, and it does look
so
like
they've secured it. They're just going balls out, trying to get wherever they're going.
But there are a whole mess of other ships in the area. Quite a number of them. Once this thing sort of starts deviating, also seem to be trying to change course. Like, crap, this doesn't potentially look great. But the thing that is striking Lynch as a little odd is that was not the same name. That was like a completely different name on this ship when you went by it.
That's why we didn't spot it before.
It does match the rough size, but how do you know it might not be the Pegasi?
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. We should have had some pretty good. Visuals of it, though. I would think.
The ships all pretty much look the same.
Yeah, but not exactly. There are minor differences. It's probably not to the level of fingerprints, but there are probably some telltale signs that would maybe not say it's exactly that one, but strongly suggest it is.
You would probably need a closer look.
Well, I think that wouldn't be necessarily a bad thing, unless they see us and change what they're doing.
They might shoot at you. That could be fun.
It's pointless at this range.
I don't know, Vega. You mind being shot at?
Not at all. But I doubt that they'll shoot. Planes will be flying over this area all the time.
Yeah, but you're flying
Yeah,
much
but not that
lower
close.
than any kind of air traffic.
I mean, we want to buzz them, just to be sure.
Is Vega gonna have to look at it and get permission to buzz the tower?
How close do you want to get?
Shadowing?
Can you really shadow something on the open ocean? I guess you probably could if you kept to the horizon.
Yeah, and kept your engine noise at the back where their engine noise is, so they don't know to look.
We have a good idea that this is our boat and it's acting peculiar, so I don't think we should risk setting, giving them any sort of chance to, prepare or alter their course again.
Well, I tell you what, if we're not, I tend to agree with that, and I think if we're not going to buzz them and confirm, then we should probably continue the pattern and make sure there aren't any others out there that look like they might be good candidates.
Well, I mean, what kind of
Well, we can
high-tech
call that in, at
electro
least.
optic? What kind of optics do you have? Because you might not have to get that much closer. So, I
Well,
know.
we've got, telephoto cameras and that sort of thing. We can get a pretty good friggin' picture. We're spies. This is our job.
This is what we do.
If we're taking photos and we have a recent photo of the boat, we can 100% ID it.
I would
Because
think so.
Yeah, just by the pattern of the colors of the containers on the deck.
And not only that, a ship's hull is not a uniform color or anything like that, and we can easily see, unless it's like straight out of dry dock, had a new paint job and everything.
Well, there are going to be, we could take the photos that we get and compare them to the photos we already had and make at least a reasonable conclusion there. But yeah, like I said, we'll run the pattern a little bit more, make sure there aren't any others that might be it, and call it done.
But we don't want to tip them off.
How we're going to get it. Yeah, I'm in agreement there. I think I'd rather not tip them off just yet.
And Vega's done a navigation C, so he's got an idea of, where they're going.
A plot, yeah.
So
we follow
do
this and we get pretty close to where it should be, and then we use the radar to kind of guide us in.
Does Vega have an idea where it's going?
Mr. GM, does he? Extrapolating that plot, are there likely candidates?
Right. It helps if I push the proper button.
Yes.
Yeah, so based off of it still seems like they're, hold on, let me do the thing here. They are still heading in that sort of direction looking at the map.
Right.
I mean, they haven't altered course significantly. It's but the fact that they picked up speed and you did eventually observe there's some skiffs there, and I think that might be a mothership. I think that one's likely piratey, and the way a bunch of the other ships in the region are making sure to steer clear.
So they're probably just getting out of the shipping lane.
That does seem logical.
All right, well. We can check for
And besides,
traffic.
Whoops, that's the wrong one.
We can check for the transponder traffic and see if that particular one is actually pinging.
And then
I'm presuming it won't be.
That right there is Somalia.
Mm-hmm.
Damn those piratical types.
R. Do Somali pirates say R?
Maybe they say R in Arabic.
Hmm. All right. Well, I'm relatively satisfied.
So regarding your GPS thing, yes, that one actually is pinging as GPS, or with it does have a GPS signal of some sort.
Is it a different ship, or is it saying it's a different ship?
It. Right, so it is identifying itself as the Perseus.
Ah.
Well, same mythology, so it's got to be our boat.
It's a bit of a conclusion jump, but well, that is curious to me. I wonder if typical Somali pirate guy would know about that. I have no idea.
It's the Somali pirate guy.
Yeah, it's probably
That's true. It might not be Somali.
Maybe you have stumbled on what is actually just a giant insurance scam.
Could be.
Well, there you go.
Or it could be a false flag operation.
False flag.
Or it's a false flag.
False.
Okay, so and the thing will sound its horn things, the warning everybody, hey, stay away, which is pretty close to a siren. And I think that's where we will end it for now, because I was not wholly prepared for a bunch of this stuff. To which I sort of apologize. So the next.
No, that's the way it goes.
The plan, if I understand it, you guys are planning on trying to take the ship while it's underway. Is that correct?
Sure.
I think that'd be totally
yes.
Do we have any good reason to wait for it to stop, other than the obvious ease of entry?
The obvious, oh my god, I don't want to die.
Because trying to board it while it's in motion is going to be difficult, and they're not going to make that easy. Like, we could sneak up on them at night, but they've got radar and stuff too.
We're special.
Just come, which I have an idea. So here's what we do. You guys do a low buzz, and someone with a sniper rifle takes out their radar, and then comes back and gets the rest. That
would have to be Bomb, I think.
So, now,
the sniper.
And if I have my equipment, that is possible.
I was not actually talking about the container ship. I was thinking of the mothership, because I know they have radar.
Mothership. What are we talking? Mothership.
Having said that, you could actually take out the mothership on its own.
All right. Okay, I missed something. Are we talking one ship or two ships?
Okay. The way the pirates work is they have the little skiffs, and they anchor to the mothership, and the mothership sends them out to go after this boat or that boat.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
All right. So we're dealing.
They went over that in Captain Phillips, actually, kind of nicely. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I thought they came from the coast.
Well, they do, but the mothership is part of their entourage, I guess.
Huh.
in the mothership are usually utter pieces of shit. It's like,
And they are utter pieces of shit.
So even easier if they had just. We took
so
out the radar.
honestly, you could possibly just do a really low flyby and cause that piece of junk
That's
to
true.
rattle apart.
Actually, what I was thinking is, you just
Oh,
fly
did
a
I
plane
drop
and
this grenade? My bad.
Vega's a good enough pilot. Maybe he can just tap him with the wing as he passes by.
Tip the radar mast. Uh-oh,
There you go.
You're blind.
Oops.
No. If we're gonna do a flyby like that, you've got to have a baseball bat, and as we fly by, you swing.
Lean out the window and swing.
Like going
Yeah, that's
after,
gonna hurt your swinging arm.
Yeah.
And then you miss because the plane you're in is so loud sometimes. It just causes this thing to rattle apart.
You got to know when to let go. That's the key.
What movie's that from? Stand By Me. And we're gonna have some like 50s or 60s music playing.
Wow, those do look like pieces of junk. So if you're planning on taking the mothership first, that's doable. You could probably do a flyby. Everybody drop out of the plane, and then while the plane's circling around, the other people board that boat.
Yeah, it just occurred to me, if you actually took out the mothership, you could take one of their skiffs and approach the container ship with them.
Oh, wow.
We
But you
could
gotta
probably.
remember the good fishing shit.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much that would help. It's a matter of whether or not we could actually sneak up on them with the one. Either way, though, I think doing it at night is probably the best bet.
We could quite easily charter a helicopter and rappel to the ship before they've had chance to really, do anything.
We just busted our ass to get this boat. Now you want a helicopter?
Now,
We want our money back.
I can point you to some well-documented accounts of where that has gone very badly.
A bad one RPG is all it takes.
They
Small arms, even.
probably won't
Yeah.
have an RPG, but you never know. Regardless, a helicopter is hard to hide, even at night.
Yes, but
And it can be taken out with
a helicopter's not going to appear on radar, so they're not going to. What?
Sure they do.
No, they don't.
Why would it not?
Not on
Yeah,
marine
they do.
radar.
Oh, marine. Well, I mean, not on surface radar, I guess.
Yeah, but you're still going to be able to hear it.
Right, but you'll hear it, and what are you going to do? You instantly react to it? I'm sure these guys hear helicopters
they're
fly.
not that fast. You can hear them from a long way away.
And if you're
On the
lucky,
open
you
ocean?
can shoot it down with a
Yeah.
pistol. I mean, they're extremely vulnerable.
Yeah, no, if we were going to do something like
military.
that, the ideal way to do it would be to jump out of the plane and actually parachute down. But that's going to be a tricky parachuting job, and not all of us actually do that.
Anna can.
Yeah, well,
I can.
Vega actually put a point in.
Boom! Right there. See?
No, Vega
Landed on
didn't.
the boat.
Vega doesn't do the parachuting thing.
I thought you. That's
Yeah,
right,
but he's
you
gotta fly the
you
plane.
refused to put a point in it.
He has no
Yeah, I
reason
refuse
to
to
get out
put
of
a
his
point
in.
It's perfectly flying planes.
Probably the easiest way to do is to sneak up on the boat, and it's gonna have to be quiet. So we may have to do something about baffling the engine noise and whatnot.
Yeah, but there's no way to sneak up on a boat if they got radar.
Well, that's why
I don't.
bomb.
Like I said, I don't think
Bomb
the
takes a
container
long-
ship has radar.
Long
Actually,
distance
no, I
shot,
guess it
boom,
does.
pow. Goodbye radar. It's not like it's encased or enclosed to be protected.
But if you take a shot at the radar, they're gonna know something's going on. They're gonna be expecting trouble.
If they even realize what happened.
How would they
to the
know?
Radar. Yeah, all of a sudden their radar stops working.
No.
I was thinking you could potentially take the go for the mothership and take
Yeah,
those
use
dudes
their
out,
radio.
and then or just take them out, and then inexplicably you discover, oh yeah, their skips are all crap, or this thing's too much piece of junk, so we're not going to be able to use it. Then we can take our boat.
No, my thinking was to try to disguise our boat as the mothership. Maybe by calling ahead or something like that, saying we're
Or
coming up.
as a mothership.
And we could actually have them tell the container ship to stop.
So like broadcast as the
Uh-huh.
mothership. Okay.
Yeah,
Then
so
shoot
there's,
everybody on it, right?
of course, because they're all bad.
They're all
All bad.
You have
We
a
have
pirate.
way more bullets than bad guys.
It's good to hang pirates.
We can use some of theirs. What are you doing? He's hanging a pirate.
Points.
Yeah, go ahead, steal 2. Sorry for
Thanks.
the mess. I will prepare next week with the presumption that you guys are going to be going for the mothership. I'm not sure how you're going to do that, but we can figure that out along the way. Maybe parachute, maybe not.
Definitely not going to parachute on the mothership.
Maybe big flies in front of them, and ahead of or what route they're going, and you guys scuba out and something. You can figure it out. And then once you've taken
I
that,
get scuba.
once you've the plan is once you've taken the mothership, you are planning on then trying to board the larger one.
That seems like it.
I don't have enough points for Bomb to take Hana as an ally, so I'm not sure what I need to do on that expenditure.
I wouldn't.
Are you saying you're going to die on me?
No.
Well, you might want to wait until like Mahoney comes back, and then at that point, then it would make more sense, because right now she's an active PC.
Ah, okay, cool.
And she might die.
And she might die. Heck, you might die.
Shut up. No.
Vega might die. Everybody might die. And then the GM's like, well, shit.
Some of us get shot in the head and
yeah.
almost die.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, everybody's dead. What do I do now? What do I do? I know. Hey,
Traveler?
no, it's like, jump to, hey, Hurt, you wake up in the hospital.
The
Yeah,
world
we
is
totally-
garbage because the bad guy released big bioweapons against the world.
Everybody lost. Everybody
And
died.
and there's a sheriff hat next to you, and it's totally Walking Dead from here on out.
Can't win them all.
I was thinking the last ship, but whatever.
Cool. That was fun.
All right, well, stream out.
All right. See you later, stream.
Good night, stream. Thanks.
Catch you later, stream.